What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Lonnie from Flight Sim Gaming, and today we are flying in Japan. We are here at Kushiro Airport. This airport is a handcrafted airport done by Asobo. I believe it came with the Japan update way back when. We are doing some flights out here for the time being. I think maybe I'm probably going to get 2 videos on this leg here in Japan. Today we are doing a not a turnaround, but we're doing a 3rd flight today, so something different. We're flying from Kushiro to Haneda, and then from Haneda to Nagasaki. Now, those 3 airports, like I said, are part of the Japan updates, the Japan World updates. They're all the Asobo handcrafted airports, and you know, they're pretty well done. No complaints there. Performance looks great. We are flying in the PMDG 737-800 with Japan Airlines today. It is all the flights I'm doing are real-world flights. So this flight here is Japan Airlines 540, and it does run from Kushiro to Haneda in the 737-800, and then we're going to do another flight from Haneda to Nagasaki. And then I also have another video lined up. We're going to do, I picked up some airports from Sim Market. So we're going to fly Fukuoka to, I believe it's to Osaka, and then from Osaka to Narita, so back to Tokyo. So only a couple videos here. We're doing 3 flights, 3 legs. So, or maybe, I guess you would call that 2 legs technically. Yeah, I think that's what it is. But anyway, we're here in Kushiro, beautiful airports. There is an airplane in the background, as you can see. I think it's a 757. I'm not sure. I don't think 757s fly out of this airport, but I have injected some airport traffic from the FSL-TL traffic injector in the fly-by-wire installer. I'm gonna try it out, see how performance is. I don't know. Apparently there was a big update with it, so here we are. Anyway, GSX doing GSX things. Let's get this aircraft loaded and let's get things. Let's get things going. Okay, I got the battery power switched on. Ground power is on. The gears are switched to the nav position. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna throw in some fuel and wait. We're expecting a block fuel of 8481 total kilograms on this flight. Our payload today is going to be 60.7. Well, actually, we'll round it up to 60.8. We'll plug that in there. Awesome. Let's come over to the FMC tab here. Reference airports. It's going to be RJCK. I'm not sure what gate we're at. I think it's gate 4, but we'll take the left GPS, plug that in there. Great. RJCK, and we are going to Haneda, which is, I think it's RJTT. Yes, it is. RJTT. Flight number for today's flight, Japan Airlines 540. Real-world flight. Y'all can check it on Flight Radar if you want, if you care. If not, it's okay too. We are expecting to depart runway 17. And it's going to be on the Tanch 1 departure. We'll have to look at those charts momentarily. We'll activate that. And then we're going to go from Udo to Caves. I gotta look and see the coordinates here. It's going to be this one. From Caves, we are going to Sierra Delta Echo. I'm going to say it's Sendai, probably an airport. And then Ruby, or Rubis. Again, another one I gotta find waypoints for. It's in Fukushima. It's going to be this one. And then from there, it's going to be the arrival into Haneda. I'm going to go ahead and we'll get that set up now. We're expecting the, I think it's the Godi 2. Godi 2 Alpha. Or 3-4 right. So we're going to get an ILS in here if they have one. ILS Z, ILS Yankee, 3-4 right, we'll do that. And we'll plug that in there. We'll make sure that we have some discons here. Change all that up. All is looking great. I'll have a look at the flight plan momentarily. Haven't flown out here in a while. It's not that I've never flown out here. I have. But we'll make sure that everything sort of connects. We'll come over to the performance tab. Reserves are going to be 1. Cost index today is 48. And we're flying up to 34,000 feet. Cruise wind 274 at 103. We'll open up Navigraph here. Transalt. We'll have to check that. It should be up here of 14,000 feet here in Japan. Perfect. Come over here. I'm not sure what flaps they use for this takeoff. Let's have a look at the runway here. (8,200 feet). I think flaps 5 will be okay. .79 on the trim wheel. Somewhere there. Perfect. And a V2 of 151. We'll flip on the flight directors here. Arm the auto throttle, and we're going to go right up to 34,000 feet. Yaw dampener coming on. Fuel pumps will come on. Emergency exit lights. Seatbelt lights. Window heat coming on. Put on the hydraulic pumps. We'll look at the landing altitude here, the airport altitude in Haneda. 34 right. ILS Yankee. Airport elevation is 21 feet. So we'll leave it at 0. Anti-collision light coming on. APU. Boarding has been complete. Spool up the APU. They want us to close some doors. So, let's do that. Perfect. Let's have a look at our weather here in Kushiro. Okay, the winds are 180 at 3. Visibility is 10,000 meters or greater. A few clouds. Temperature 4. Altimeter 1012. That's perfect. RTO is going off. And come over to our charts here. Let's look at the Tancho 1 RNAV. 4. Runway 17. Climb on a heading of 168. At or above 700. Turn right, direct, Udo. And we have to be at or above 10,000 at Udo. So we'll go ahead and we'll plug in our heading of 168, 700 feet. Got to make a right. APU is on. What we'll do is remove chocks. It'll disconnect the ground power. And we're going to call up GSX. Prepare for pushback. I must say, for a handcrafted airport, I know Asobo was not known in the early stages of doing their world updates. They're not known for great performance. This airport is very tiny. I believe the majority of their flights are to Tokyo, but performance is great. You know, the airport looks fantastic. I'm not sure if this airport has been updated or not. I have never flown into I've flown into Narita. I do have, I think it's RJCK design Narita, Tokyo. I don't believe I've flown into Haneda. If I have, it's maybe one time, but I have flown out of this airport. And Nagasaki, I have flown in there as well. It's a nice little airport on a little island. Not on an island, but it's kind of on the water, which is pretty cool. It's got some great scenery. Don't forget, everybody, if you have not yet, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you have not. I'm trying to get all the way up to 250 subs on the channel because we want to give away a €50 SimMarket gift voucher. That's what we want to do. We want to give that one away. So if you have not yet, please go ahead and do that. I would greatly appreciate that. Looks like we have a little bit of fuel in our center pumps, so we'll go ahead and we'll turn them on. We are going to runway 17. It's the departing runway here. Okay. Engine number 2 over to the ground power. We'll look at our taxi charts in a moment. And for whatever reason, we do not have our start valve open. Did I not hit the fuel? My apologies. That sounds better. I'm not sure what that is. Is that a ATR? We got an ATR coming to the simulator on the 25th of April. That's going to be fantastic. I do have some flights lined up with that. I've never flown that aircraft, so we'll have to learn that one. But there is a flight I want to do in Canada with it. Stay tuned and you'll find out momentarily what we're doing. I know Silver Airways operates flights out of the United States with an ATR. And I believe there is an airline here in Canada that operates with that one as well. But not many flights you can do with it. That aircraft is heavily used in Indonesia. I think that's where the majority of the aircraft is flying. I know there's some in Egypt. I believe FedEx also does some cargo flights with that aircraft. But I'm excited for that. Apparently it is expert level. But we'll find out. We'll find out.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Good engine start, so we'll go ahead. Engine gen 1 and 2 on. Probe heats are coming on. Packs over to auto. APU bleed can come off. APU is turning off. Engine switches to the continuous position. Taxi lights will come on. And we'll go ahead. Flaps 5. We don't have a performance calculator here, so hopefully flaps 5 is sufficient. I'm sure we'll be fine. It is an RNAV departure, so we're going to go ahead and LNAV and VNAV both will come on. And we'll come over here and look at our taxi charts here. So we are, looks like we're on, I think we're on Papa. And we're going to taxi to Tango 1, hold short, then we'll get onto the runway and take off. As per our Tancho 1 RNAV departure, it's very straightforward. Just got to be above 10,000 here, 700 feet, start making our right-hand turn over, sorry, not Tancho, over to Yudo. That's about it. Now, we are using FSLTL. I'm not sure how it works in terms of performance. And I don't know if you'll see aircraft flying around. That'd be pretty cool if you did. But we'll see what happens when we get to Haneda. It is a major airport, so I'm sure it's going to be... performance is probably going to tank. So we're doing the ILS 34 right, Yankee. Let's just get the frequency here, 108.9. I like to set myself up before. And then, bam. Let's go ahead and recall. No warning lights. Fantastic. Should be a beautiful departure. So apparently the Aerosoft A330 is in the beta testing stage. I'm pretty excited to see what streamers are going to have access to that beta testing. Hopefully, we were given a timeline between 1 and 4 months. Hopefully sooner rather than later would be ideal. We do need a very good long-haul aircraft in the simulator. No word yet on the PMDG 777. But the A330, I don't know how I'm feeling about it. You know, I'm not sure what we're getting with that aircraft in terms of systems and realism and things like that. You know, I don't know much about how systems work. I kind of just watch videos on YouTube and fly the airplane as I learn off of some videos. But for me, the most important thing is I want to make sure that the aircraft, you know, it doesn't feel like a feather. I want to make sure it doesn't feel like a Cessna 152 when I'm taking off. You know, some of these aircrafts can feel a little bit light, and I know with the CRJ, I found it very sensitive when flying and stuff. So hopefully the A330 won't feel like that, but we'll see. I'm excited. I got some Air Canada ops I want to do for sure. Landing lights are coming on. Nose lights on. Perfect. Alright, let's get ready. Throttle's up to 40%. And toga.
Rotate. Positive rate of climb.
Gear going up. And we're going to follow the flight directors here. Go ahead and we'll start our right turn. Flaps 1. And flaps up. Autopilot will go on. Make it simple. Auto brake off. Landing gear locked. Come up top here. Turn off the runway turn off lights and the taxi lights. And we are direct Udo right now. Fantastic. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at some wing views here. As we depart Kushiro. Now this is in the northern part of Japan. And I don't know of any good stories of Kushiro, but I'm sure it's a beautiful place. Right off the coast. It's very cold up here right now. It is winter. But no snow on the ground. That's always fantastic. Approaching 6,000 feet. Passing 6,000 feet, sorry. Just adjust our heading there, because it's going to be a straight shot towards Haneda. Short flight today, only an hour and a half of airtime. Over to the descent page here. If you go to forecast, you have to change your trans level. This way the computer can do its thing. As I'm sure in Tokyo it's the same. As Kushiro, if it wants to load, doesn't feel like loading, that's okay, we'll worry about that later. Beautiful departure, everybody. Nice, beautiful day. This is not live time. This is, I've bumped the time up 6 hours. It is roughly midnight currently in Kushiro. And this is an early morning departure. 10,000 feet. Landing lights coming off. Engine start switches to the norm position. And we're still climbing up. Fantastic. I feel like a lot of the flights I've been doing lately have a lot of water. A lot of water in it. There you have it, ladies and gents. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, as always, continue to fly this bird up 34,000 feet. And we'll definitely catch you on the descent into Haneda. Not sure what what runway to expect at this moment. Like I said, I am flying for about an hour or so, so that runway can change at any given moment. I believe the 3-4s land off of the water, and the other runway obviously is off of the city, so hopefully we'll get a nice view of the downtown area of Tokyo. That'd be pretty cool, because this airport, I believe, is in downtown Tokyo. Anyway, catch y'all in a little bit. Hope you like my cruising videos as well, where I post a little bit of music and do some cinematic shots of the aircraft. I think that's pretty cool. But anyway, enough talking. Catch y'all in a bit. Peace. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the video. We are currently on the descent down into Haneda. We are expecting the ILS 34 left this time. Reason being is because I noticed where the aircraft parked at, and it parked at the cargo gates here, just off of 34 left. We're going to be expecting gate 37. It says cargo here. I'm not too sure why this aircraft parked there, but anyway, that's where we're going. So going back to the star here, it is the Godin 2 Alpha arrival, and we're going to be descending down here. We're going to hit color below 11,000 feet. We do have some altitude and speed restraints, as you can see at Coach and Eddie. We must be at 8,000 feet all the way through at 210 knots, which we are descending beautifully down on the VNAV profile here. And then as for the approach, as I said, we were expecting the 3-4 right, but we are going to do the 3-4 left, ILS Yankee runway 3-4 left approach, just because it'll save us a little bit of taxiing time as we touch down. So we need to be at 1,500 feet. Right now we're going down to 8,000 feet. That's what we need to be at, in which once we hit 1,500 feet, we'll be descending down to the runway. Our minimums for today's flight, 218. I'll go ahead and I'll set that there. And then what I'll do is we'll come over to the legs page, sorry, the init page here, and we're going to do a flaps 30 landing with a wind correction of 0.5 degrees. Okay, that's what we're going to do. It is a little bit gusty here. If you come over to the weather charts here, the winds are 350 at 17 knots, broken clouds at 6,000, ceiling 6,000. It's 13 degrees, and altimeter is 1021. So it's going to get gusty. I'm not sure if there's an ILS problem. Coming up on 10,000 feet, we'll go ahead and switch on our landing lights. I don't know if there's an ILS problem coming on the 3-4s here at Haneda. When I did fly this approach with the FSI panel, I noticed that the calls get a little weird as I started hitting the run with the approach lights, as you would say, in the water, and then the pappies get a little effed up. So we'll see what happens. Speed's coming back to 210 right now, but anyway, we'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll be a smooth landing. We are doing a second leg. We're going to Nagasaki from Haneda. That will be a real world flight. What I'll do is we're going to do something different, because we don't normally do 2 legs on one video. Kind of like what I do when we cruise. I do a little cinematic video. We'll kind of do the same as we're doing the deboarding and reboarding process. This way I can get the aircraft kind of ready for the next flight. In the meantime, let's look at some views here. Beautiful views here in Japan, as always, with the Japan World Updates. They've done a really good job out here. I kind of wanted to showcase Japan. You don't see too much flights out here from any content creators. So I wanted to do something a little bit different. We're going to do 2 videos here in Japan. I got some scenery that I had purchased on Sim Market. I think we're doing Fukuoka, and then I believe we're doing Osaka. I can't remember which Osaka I purchased. And then we're going to head back to Tokyo, but this time we're going to go to the Jersey Design Narita International. Should be a fun time. Beautiful day here. This is not live time. This is live weather. I believe currently it's probably about 2, 3 in the morning here in Tokyo. We don't typically do night flights here, so just because you can't really see much. Anyway, still descending beautifully. We're going to 8,000. We're going to maintain that all the way through. I've set some fixed rings here. I like to set a 10 and 5 mile fixed ring. That'll kind of get me going for what flaps I need to be at. So auto brake is already set. I have it set to auto brake number 2. Come back up top here, and we'll make sure landing lights are on. All the necessary lights are on. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Don't forget, everybody, if you have not yet, please smash down that thumbs up button. And we're trying to get up to 250 subs on the channel. I know it's a lot to ask for. We are doing very well right now. We're up at about 148. We had a big jump from the last video that I posted, the JetBlue Ops flight. We've had some pretty good feedback. Got about 18 subs there. We need to get up to 250. We're doing a big giveaway. It's going to be a €50 Sim Market gift voucher, which is pretty exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and set our altitude to 1,500 feet now, even though we're not going to be descending below 8,000. But anyway, we're going to give away that €50 Sim Market gift voucher once we hit 250 subs on the channel. As the channel continues to grow, I'm looking at giving away flight sim hardware. Fuck, I don't care. Again, I'm not endorsed by anybody on this channel. Not endorsed by any scenery developers. All the scenery that I showcase, if it's not handcrafted from Asobo, it's all purchased from Sim Market with my own money. Nothing is given to me. I do believe in supporting the creators. I know, and developers. I know there's some people that can find scenery and aircraft from a pirating website or whatnot. I hear that's a thing, but go and support your developers. It's the only way that we can kind of say thank you for all this beautiful scenery that we get and all the aircraft and all that. But yeah, and then when it comes to doing giveaways for the hardware, that's not going to be endorsed by any of the hardware companies. That'll be just strictly out of my own pocket for you guys, the viewers, for the continuous support on the channel. So look out for those. Very excited with what this year has in store. Anyway, we're at 8,000 feet. We're going to be sitting here all the way through. More drag required. I don't think drag is required, but it's 8,000 feet until Eddy, and then we'll come around to the runway. So all looks well. We still have. Oh, if you're just joining us, we are using FSLTL. It is a traffic injector that you can get from the fly-by-wire installer. It's all free. You do need some space. I can't remember how many gigs it required. I want to say roughly between maybe 2 and 5 gigs, maybe a little bit more. I'm testing it out to see what it's like flying in the simulator. I haven't seen any flights yet or any planes flying on this flight. I haven't seen any TCAS warning or any flights displayed up here, but we'll see what it looks like on the ground. I'm sure if I pull up the traffic injector, yeah, there's a bunch of aircraft on the ground in Haneda. So we'll see how that goes. Continue to look at the beautiful scenery here. Now, if we do get a go around, because I feel like I need to start, I guess, pushing for a go around if the landing is not stable. I've noticed in the last few videos, my landing, you know, wasn't up to my expectations. I want to be inside the touchdown marker. I want it to be, you know, obviously I don't butter landings, but I want it to be somewhat decent. But in the 737, if you so happen to have to do a go around, don't forget you must set your go around altitude or your missed approach altitude. And if you have auto throttle on, I believe you hit the toga button. Otherwise, if it's manual throttles, which typically you would be manual throttling if you're just about to do a go around, apparently you want to go up to about 90% N1. So we'll look out for that, and then it'll be a flaps up 15, and then gear up, and then follow your charts. We'll see what happens. I feel like we need to implement some of those to our videos, because practice makes perfect, you know what I mean? We're still holding at 8,000. We are at 210 knots. We have to follow the altitude and speed restraints that we have here. As we hit Tango Tango 466, come around and we're going to continue 210. I think it's about 30 or 40 miles from Eddy to the airport, so we're probably going to hold at about 210 knots, and then once we maybe hit Arlen, then we'll start to slow down, but we'll see. We'll see if we have Andin. Do we have Arlen? We do. Okay. I gotta say, the graphics are absolutely phenomenal here. I don't see Canada looking like that at all at 8,000 feet. No offense. For anybody wondering the performance here with my settings, we're getting about 44 FPS with this wing view here in the PMDG. This airport is a handcrafted Asobo airport. I wonder if I disable the FSL TL injector, maybe this gets better, but this is what you get. For people wondering what my settings are, I use the high-end presets. Clouds are ultra. I believe I have... I think it's DX11 switched on, and my terrain level of detail I think is an option. I think it's set to 130, and I got an RTX 3080. I feel like the system could push a little bit better, but I mean, it's flight sim. It's got to render all this stuff in, right? Like, it's beautiful. Okay, let's see what the plane's doing. We're making a right turn here. We're going to continue to adjust the heading bug. $40 miles out still. Still got some time. Still got some good fuel. All is well. Let's arm the speed brake now because I have a tendency of forgetting things. But anyway, the goal is, once we get down, I'm not sure where we're going to vacate. I guess it would make sense to maybe vacate Alpha 10. That would be ideal. We'll try to hit Alpha 10 onto whatever that taxiway is. Let's have a look. Alpha 10, that'll be Whiskey 11. Try to get off. Yeah, I'm not sure why the real world aircraft oops. Not sure why it deboarded at the cargo gates. Not sure if there's construction or maybe the terminals are closed. I'm not too sure, but we'll see what it looks like when we get there. It's probably a stand. It's probably not a gate. It's probably a stand because your terminal's here. What I like about this airport, when you have aircraft landing on the 3-4s, you have departing aircraft on the 5. That's pretty cool. Anyway. Descending down now to 1500. We're going to maintain the speed at 210. No need to slow down as of yet. We're still about 30 miles out. It is going to be a flaps 30 landing. Again, our speed here, 148 plus 5 for the wind correction, so it's going to be 153 on the speed bug. And we'll see what we get in terms of wind. Actually, let's just look. 150 at 17. So we're going to get a crosswind from the right. Should be fun. Should be spicy. For people wanting to practice landings, I highly recommend you purchase the FSI panel. Google FSI panel. It's a, I guess, the third-party software that you use with the simulator. And what it does is it allows you to pick certain scenarios on your descent or on your descent planning to any given airport, and you can practice practice your landings. You can set it out from a 4-mile range, 8 miles. You can, I believe, you can fly a specific approach. So for everybody wanting to practice your craft, take a look at FSI panel. Confirm here, 24 miles out. We're going to stay at 210 because ATC told us to. I think the airport is out here somewhere. We're going to fly over this docking area. It's pretty cool. So the course I have set to 337. Let me just double check. That is the right course. That's correct. I'm going to go ahead and select the approach bug. 20 miles out still. We'll get the speed back to 190. Go ahead, flaps 1. Now I have a question. This thing here, is that, can anybody confirm if that's a what do you call it, a VOR out in the water? Airport right there. Yeah, I wonder what that is. I'm not too sure. Glide slope showing us a little high at the moment. Let's look at our missed approach instructions. It says missed approach, climb on heading 337 to 800, and then turn right, climb to 3000. Outbound via Hotel Mike Echo VOR radial 091 to Chiba. So it's going to be an outbound of 091 on the Haneda VOR, and we're going to go to Chiba, and we're going to hold at Chiba if we miss the approach. I'm going to go ahead, flaps 5, and we'll go down to 170. One thing I used to do wrong in this aircraft, I used to go flaps 15 and then gear down. When I did that, often I would get the gear down, or the gear chime, gear horn, whatever you want to call it, warning. So now I will go flaps 5, stabilize on the speed, then I'll go gear down, flaps 15. Should solve all those problems. Little tip for you guys. I'm not a pro. That's just something that I noticed that I was doing wrong when flying. Looks like we're about 12.5 miles out. We're at 170. I probably could have stayed at 190. That's okay. The glide slope will capture at 1,500 feet. We do have Yoke is captured. It's looking great. Airport is in front of us. And downtown Tokyo is out there somewhere, I believe. Showing about 10 miles now. I'm going to go ahead, gear down, flaps 15. Stay at 170. Showing us about 9 miles. And we're going to go ahead 153 on the speed tape. And we'll go flaps 30. Glide slope coming in. Go ahead, turn on the rest of our lights. Engine start switches to the continuous position. Alright, we got 3 green, gear is down, we have the speed brake is armed, Flaps set to 30. We're waiting for the glide slope to capture. Once that captures, we're going to set our missed approach altitude. This was the thing I'm talking about. I think it's a VOR. I'm not too sure. Whatever it is, it looks cool. And look at that. Look at downtown Tokyo. Magnificent. Magnificent. Yes, I use big words. Like magnificent. Waiting for the glide path, glide slope to capture. Five miles out, exactly. And glide path is capturing. There we have it. Missed approach set, 3,000 feet. Minimums are 218. Let's see how we do. You're going to see what I'm talking about when you start hitting a couple hundred feet above the runway. Callouts get a little weird. But anyway, hold on to your seatbelts. Okay. See how we do. It's a pretty cool arrival, gotta say, with the downtown core there. 1,000 feet. Auto throttle's mine. Sorry. Throttle is mine. Aircraft is mine. Looks like we got 1 white, 3 red. We're on the glide perfectly. Two white, 2 red. I believe that's what I see. And we have a, I guess more of a nose, what do you call it, a headwind, than we do a crosswind.
500.
So, should be a pretty good landing. Try to keep the speed up. Still 2 whites, 2 reds. Glide's looking perfect.
Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums.
Continue.
$150. 30. 20. 10.
Nose up, hold the nose up, maintain center line, and we're down. Not bad. And we're up on 80 knots now. I think that's where we want it to go. Speed brakes disarmed, auto brake kicking on. And we'll take this exit right here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Tokyo Haneda International. Not too shabby, not too shabby. I'll take it. I'll take it. And let's get GSX populated here. So, this is the cargo gates here. This is where we're going. Let's see if we can pull up cargo gates. I don't know what to look for here, which is fine. We're going in. Engine start switches can come off. We'll go ahead, spool up the APU. Taxi lights will stay on. Fantastic. We're looking for gate 37. Sorry, stand 37. So it's literally, I think, the first one here. Yeah, we're gonna take this one right here. Now again, this is the Asobo Handcrafted Haneda Airport. Looks good, you know, to be honest with you. Looks really good. I'd like to know what stand this would be. I'm just gonna go parking 37 and let's see what happens. Let's take it. It says GA, large ramp. Again, Navigraph shows it as cargo terminal. He's probably gonna make us go almost all the way up. We're gonna go to the line. We'll see if that's where we're gonna be stopping. We're going to go ahead and stop there. APU is on. And we're going to go ahead and shut down the engines. Fantastic. Come back up top. And we're going to go ahead and release the cabin.
Deboarding requested.
And we're going to request deboarding, and let's see what happens here at this stand. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Anybody wondering where I got this livery from? I got it from Flight Sim TL. This is not on the PMDG livery options, but anyway. We're down, and we're going to get this bird ready for the second leg of today's flight. We're heading down to Nagasaki. Another handcrafted airport done by Asobo. It came with the Japan update. We're going to go ahead and deboard for a little bit. I don't know how long this is going to take. Once this is done, I'll go ahead and reload SimBrief, and we'll head on out to Nagasaki. Thanks for watching, everybody. Catch y'all in a bit.
Passengers bus is coming.
Peace. What is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the second half of the video. Already got GSX doing GSX things, but first time on the channel we're doing a second leg in one video. We just flew from Kushiro to Haneda, and now we are going from Haneda to Nagasaki. We are flying with Japan Airlines. This call sign is Japan Airlines 607. It is a real world flight flown by Japan Airlines. They fly this route, Haneda to Nagasaki. To be honest, I'm not sure if it's in the 737-800 or the 700. I believe it's in the 800. But yeah, we're here. We're doing it. I already loaded up SimBrief here up with the GSX. And we're going to come to the aircraft here and we're going to set it up and see what happens. We're going to go ahead and add fuel. So it's 8,044 kilograms of fuel. We'll put that in there. And we're going to come over to the payload, 57.4. We'll implement that in there. That looks good. Let's come over to the FMC here. Reference airports, RJTT. Keep in mind, I have not done a turnaround in an aircraft yet. So anyway, let's try it. We'll see if that works, and it does. Routes for today, yes, this can go up, and it's RJTT to RJFU. Never find F. There we go. Flight number Japan Airlines 607. Perfect. We are departing runway 04, which is interesting. We're going to be taking off towards downtown. But it's the Ninox 3 departure for runway 4. Go ahead, we'll activate that. So we're going to go, it's Ninox to KCC. From KCC, or Kilo Charlie Charlie, to MITRE. From MITRE, we're going to Delta Golf Charlie. From Delta Golf Charlie, it's going to be the arrival. I'll go ahead and we'll do the arrival. They gave us the Saruku arrival for the ILS Yankee 3-2, and we'll execute that. We'll have a look at our flight plan here as usual. Augie, that'll go in there. That'll go in there. That looks all good. We got a reserves of 1. Cost index for the flight is going to be 73. Cruising out, we were given 32,000 feet. And our winds are going to be 267 at 6.7. Transition is 14,000 feet here. We know that. We just flew it. Plug that in there. Excellent. We're going to go ahead with a flaps 5 departure again, even though it's 8,000 foot runway. 147 on the V2. Plug that in there. Altimeter. We're going to come back up to Navigraph and we're going to reload. We're going to, unload our last flight, import our new one. And we're just going to quickly look at the weather. Winds are 350 at 17. Altimeter is 1022. Plug that in there. That's great. Waiting to close doors. That is great. Trim 4.61. Somewhere there. TRA will go on. Come back up top here. Turn on our fuel pumps, emergency exit lights, seatbelt lights. Window heat is already on. Should have been off. And we'll go ahead and we'll spool up the APU. while we're spooling up the APU, let's have a look at our departure chart here. The Linux 3 RNAV departure from runway 04. Pretty cool departure. Let's read some of the stuff here. So we're going to climb on a heading as 043. At or above 700, turn right. Direct. Tango Tango 502. Perfect. So 043 on the heading. And we're just going to go up to 32,000 feet. Fantastic. APU should be on. APU Gen is on. APU Bleed is coming on. Go ahead and remove the chocks, which will remove the GPU. Come up here, and we're going to request prepare for pushback. What we got to look at now is we got to look at our taxi charts. We are still at stand 37 here, and we got to depart this runway. So I guess we'll go apron, Juliet, and then we'll go Alpha 15, Bravo, and then we'll go Bravo 1. That's what we'll do. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Just give me 1 sec here. I am going to enable third-party overlays. You might lose the screen, but it should come back on. There. I'd like to show the FPS counter at the bottom there. We're still rocking with the FSLTL. I noticed while I was deboarding that we had some active aircraft on the runway here in taxiways, so you can see some Korean Airlines over there, some ANA, Singapore I believe is what this one is, Japan Airlines, I think that's Turkish Airlines. Pretty cool to have this kind of stuff in the game. Simulator. Okay, we're going to push back, nose left, tail right. Right side engine to the ground position. Not sure why I turned those on. Gonna hand fly this departure. Keep things interesting. Engine 1 over to the ground position. Waiting for a 20% N2. Perfect. Come back up top here. Engine Gen 1 and 2 is coming on. Probe heat's coming on. Packs will go auto. APU can come off. Taxi lights will come on. Engine start switches to the continuous position. We'll wait for the pushback to complete and we'll go ahead and set our flaps. This flight is about an hour and 40 minutes long in the air.
Cockpit to ground. We have a
So
good
it's going to be
engine
quite
start.
the long video.
Disconnect.
But all in all, we're having fun, right? Next video is going to be a couple other Japanese flights. I'm not sure who we are flying with. I was thinking maybe Peach Aviation in the A320. And we're going to fly Fukuoka to Osaka and Osaka back to Narita. I think that'll be pretty cool. Flaps are set. Flaps 5 is set. LNAV and VNAV we will set. LNAV does not want to set. I don't know why. Not important. We'll figure it out. I think I have everything set up. I don't know why. Meh. $32,000 feet there. Landing out. Let's have a look before we go ahead and set this. Have a good trip. Okay, we got the go ahead. The approach, we're going the ILS Yankee 32. Airport elevation is 8, so it'll stay 0. All is well. LNAV won't arm. Sometimes this happens. Whatever. Anyway. Let's start taxiing. It looks like we have a Dreamliner taxiing away. Looks like he's coming our way. Maybe not. Gotta say, the models look pretty cool. I wonder where he's taxiing to. Actually, for those wondering, that plane just landed. And it came from Delhi. That's what happened. Another plane just landed, it looked like. Right there. We got some traffic. FPS is looking decent, but anyway, let's taxi. We're gonna hit Bravo, and we're gonna hang a right onto Bravo. Sorry, we're gonna hang a left onto Bravo. Pretty weird sounds. Anyway, let's try to beat this aircraft here. Again, these are this is a traffic injector by FSLTL. I don't know if he's gonna taxi into me or not. Probably, right? And actually, I missed my exit there, so I got distracted. That's okay. And we're staring at a 787. And nothing to see here. Nothing to see. Nobody on the active runway. Nothing to see. A lot of bumps here, my goodness. This is Bravo. This is where we need to be. Perfect. Crossing the runway here. Nice American Airlines behind us. So we're taxiing on Bravo. We're going to hold short of Bravo 1, which we'll get onto the runway and depart on out. Now I know aircraft will depart on runway 5 here if landing aircraft is landing on a 3-4s. I don't know why SimBrief gave me runway 4 to depart from. Maybe it's because of where I was parked, I'm not sure, but I'm not sure how often aircraft depart from this runway. Looks like we're going to have a bit of a crosswind. Here's Bravo 1 here. We're going to go ahead and get onto the runway. Runway turnoffs are coming on. Landing lights are on. Let's get this thing up in the air, shall we? A lot of bumps on this airport. I don't know if that's a terrain issue. Perfect. Okay, we're all set. See if LNAV will engage. No, it doesn't want to engage. That's okay. Don't need it. Throttle's over to 40%. Toga.
Positive rate of climb.
You're going up. A little bit of a crosswind there. We're airborne. Follow flight directors here. A little bumpy too, as we pitch at about 20 degrees. And we're going to go ahead and start our... Right. For whatever reason, we're in heady mode. That probably has to do with the LNAV not clicking on. We'll go ahead and click that. And now we'll just go ahead and start our right turn. Go flaps 1. Very bumpy. My goodness. And we're going to go flaps up. Extremely bumpy. Not a bad departure. A little windy. But that's okay. We're here. Continue to follow the flight directors here. Go ahead and switch off some lights. Go ahead and start our right-hand turn again. Continue to follow the directors here. 10,000 feet. Landing lights can come off. Engine start switches over to the norm position. And we're going to go ahead and start our right turn once more. And we got to nose down. We got to get the aircraft to speed up. And autopilot is coming on. Fantastic. Let's see if we can get some wing views here. Nothing much. That's okay. Looks like we're doing one big circle around around the airport there. All in all, good departure. Go ahead and we'll resync our heading bug. And we are direct beige. We need to be at or above 9,000 feet, which we are. Let's just make sure we are following what we need to follow. The Ninix 3 RNAV. And that's it. That was our departure. And now we're heading out. So this flight, like I said, it's about an hour and 40 minutes long. I'm going to fly this bird. We'll continue it all the way up to 32,000 feet. Coming up on transition level right now. And then I'll catch y'all on the descent into Nagasaki. Should be pretty fun. Catch y'all in a bit. Peace! What is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the last part of this video. We are currently descending down into Nagasaki. We're expecting the ILS Yankee 32, and we are on the Saruku RNAV arrival. We are approaching Augie at the moment. We need to be above 11,000. We are descending down to, I've set it to 2,500. That's where we're going to capture the ILS. But this is how the arrival looks. So it's above 11,000 at Augie, above 7,000 at Glover, and then Otaxa above 4,000, and so on. Transalt is 14,000 feet here in Japan. We're going to look at the weather information here. We do have winds. It's 10 degrees at 11 knots. Visibility is at 10,000 meters or greater. Temperature 19 degrees. Altimeter 1019. And the approach here, like I said, the ILS Yankee 32. It's very standard. It looks like we're going to go past the VOR. Actually, I don't even know if it's going to do that. Let me see what the FMC here put in. I don't think we're going to go past the VOR. No, we're not. So it's going to go Augie, Glover, Otaxa, Saruk, and then it looks like we're going to go ahead and capture. We're going to capture Chara right from there. So disregard how this looks. It wants us to go over the VOR and then back around, but we're not doing that. So we'll see how that goes. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the flight plan here. So it's going to go Saruk to Charlie Foxtrot 32. So it is going to go the VOR and then back around. Stand by, ladies and gents. Doesn't show that on here though. Doesn't show a Charlie Foxtrot. That's okay. We'll see what it does anyway. Pass transition out there. Fantastic scenery coming into Nagasaki. I guess it's a little too late to plan for the other approach. What I can probably do is I could probably delete, we'll clear, sorry, we'll delete that, and then just take Chara, plug it in there, Chara, plug it in there, and that completely messes up. Nope, VNav looks like it's still on par. Sorry, ladies and gents, I probably should have had this already set up. But your boy is not always organized. No descent path after Chara. Flight plan looks kind of weird. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Anyway, we do have our frequency set. It's a 110.9. Let's actually double check that. 110.9 on the ILS Yankee for 3-2. Let me set my map back up. Awesome. And we'll have a look outside here. So bear with me, I don't know what's going to happen with the actual approach. We'll see what happens when the time comes. We'll go ahead and turn on our landing lights as we approach 10,000 feet. Speed's going to come back. We're going to go ahead and select a flaps 30 with a wind correction of +5. Saying drag required. We'll see what happens. I don't think we have any speed restraints. Double check my charts here. No, I don't. No, I don't. So okay, so this is what it was saying about the approach here. As you can see from Sarek, we're going to go direct to Nagasaki VOR. We probably should have came along on the Fubuki arrival. That would have made more sense. Simbrief kind of screwed up there. That's okay though. Speed brake's coming out. Now I wonder if it wants us to go across the the airport because of the terrain that we're going to have here. I'm not sure. So we're going to go Saruk and direct Chara. Got to be above 2600. And it looks like it's just water. I think we'll be, no, we're going to have an issue with the mountain there. Just gonna fix up everything here. Anyway, we shall see. Descending down to 2,500 feet. That's where we're going to capture the ILS. Airport is, I believe, somewhere over in this direction. I'm actually going to go ahead and put the speed back to 210. I feel like I need to be slower. Fun flight though, I gotta say. Loving it out here in Japan. Scenery looks absolutely phenomenal. VNAV doing its thing. Looking great, looking good on the speed. We are about 26 miles out. I'll preset our heading here of 325. Speed, I'm going to roll back to 190. We're going to go ahead flaps 1. There's the airport right there. Now, hopefully the aircraft doesn't do any weird shit here. Speed brakes are out. We got to get back on the profile. Fantastic. We are going to go ahead with auto brake set to 3 for this one. I know it is a shorter runway, so we got to make sure the aircraft comes to a decent stop. Again, this airport is a handcrafted airport that came with the Japan World Update 1. It's a nice looking airport. I knew that was going to happen, so we're just going to, it's okay. Heading select. And we'll just go back out. Now I don't know why it did that, because it's showing the next waypoint is going to be the Charlie Foxtrot 32 Yankee, which is up here. So I don't know why it did that. But that's okay. We'll correct it. Should have just stayed on the heading. Gonna go ahead, roll the speed back to 170. Go flaps 5. Little bumpy. We're going to roll past waypoint Char here. We're going to roll past Charlie Foxtrot 32 Yankee. I'm not sure why the approach did that again. Don't know. Maybe I should have picked the, definitely should have picked the other ILS approach. But that's okay, we're here. Aircraft stop descending. We're not on the VNAV profile. We got to be above 2600 at this waypoint here. So very simple. We're just going to come back around. And line ourselves up. Hopefully we don't hit any mountains. I'm going to go gear down. Flaps 15. Keep the speed at 170. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to execute LNAV. It's going to make our right turn onto final. I'm going to turn the rest of our lights on here. And let's look at our missed approach here. We're going to go up to 3,000. Direct VOR and hold 4,000. We'll set it up to 4,000. Showing 11 miles out. Approach mode coming on. And let's see what transpires out of this crazy approach. So our final approach speed is going to be 148, which I'm going to go now.
2,500.
And we'll go ahead, flaps 30. Airport's in sight. Glide slope is captured. We'll set up to 4,000. That's our missed approach. Okay, we got gear down 3 green, flaps 30 set. We got the speed brakes armed, lights are on, signs are on. We're rocking away here. Gotta love good old MSFS. With the wind, recall check, good. And I'm gonna let the glide slope kind of walk us in here. I don't want to make a fool out of myself, you know what I mean? But definitely, if you're flying this approach, guys, go for the ILS Zulu. It's definitely a much more stable approach with the Fubuki. If you're landing the 32s, go to the Fubuki approach. Much more easier. We're losing speed for some reason. I wonder if that has to do with the wind. Aircraft is looking a lot more stable. Got a slight crosswind, 10 knots. Try to butter it. 1,000-foot mark. My aircraft. Autopilot off. Let's see what I can do, ladies and gents. There's just something about landing off of water that I just do not like. I do not like it at all. This water looks so calm.
500. 400.
Two whites, two reds. We're looking stable.
Approaching minimums. 200 minimums.
Continue.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Reverses out. Hold the nose up. Nose down gently. Finally, a nice one. $80 knots. We'll let the speed brakes do its thing here. We'll take the next one. Ladies and gents, welcome down to Nagasaki. Made up on the landing there for the terrible approach. Call up GSX. We're gonna pick, I don't know, gate 6. And we're gonna exit right here. Landing lights, turn-offs coming off. Engine start switches to the norm position. APU coming on. Flap speed brake stowed. Turn off the flight directors. Very nice, very nice. This will conclude one half of the, I guess you can call it the Japan tour. We're only doing about 6 flights. Sorry, not 6 flights. 4 flights, I believe I'm doing. Showcasing some parts of Japan here. And then I'm going to get myself ready for the ATR coming out. So again, these videos are pre-recorded. So yeah, this video will post probably a day or 2 later after it's been recorded. And then the next video I will upload is going to be another flight in Japan, probably with Peach Airlines. We're going to do some A320 ops. And then I'm going to get myself ready for the ATR. There is a flight I want to do. And I'm going to let you guys guess. It's going to be technically in Canada. Technically. But we're going to France. I'll let you guys think about that, where that's going to be. It's in Canada. ATR 72, I think. 72-600. And we're going to France. That's what we're doing. Got to learn how to fly that flight, or fly that aircraft. It's going to be cool. Tell me this doesn't look cool. Going a little hot here on the speed. We'll slow her down. We are going to gate 4, I believe. We have some live traffic here. I don't know how accurate that is. I feel like I see some big jets here, and I don't think big jets depart out of here. That's probably a 777. Pull up GSX, quickly look for, I think, stand 4. It's at the end. Sorry, gate 6. That's where we're going. Gate 6. APU is on, alive and well. Looks like this is gate 14. Got some Jetstar aircraft here. Gate 12. There's Peach Airlines right there. And an Airbus A320. We're going to be flying from Fukuoka to Osaka again, and then Osaka back to Tokyo, but it'll be Narita. This is gate 9. Eight. Very nice looking terminal. 7. This is going to be our gate here. I don't know if we get a jetway. Oh, we do. Taxi lights can come off. Having issues right now with turning. I don't know if that's a bug or not. Looks like we're hitting a bit of an incline. Leave it there. That's where the aircraft wants to go. Done. APU gen coming on. APU bleed coming on. We're a little short. That's okay. Open up GSX and request deboarding. Welcome down to Nagasaki, ladies and gents. Again, handcrafted airport done by Asobo. For all those who wants to do some flight ops out here in Japan, we have some good options. They did well. Asobo did well. You know, it's not the best looking stuff, but hey, somewhere to go to. And we'll watch it deboard. Once again, ladies and gents, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you have not. The majority of my viewers are not subbed to the channel. And for those wondering why I always push for that, is because we like to do giveaways on this channel. We've already done 3 giveaways. We gave away 3 €25 sim market gift vouchers. And the next objective is to hit 250 subs on the channel, where I will be giving away a €50 sim market gift voucher. I have doubled the giveaway. So we're looking for that. And we're not too far away. We're about 100 subs out. And I think we'll hit it fairly soon. So don't forget to do that. I would greatly appreciate that. And I just want to say I appreciate all the comments, all the love and support from everybody who watches my stuff. You know, by no means am I a real world pilot. I do this as a hobby, you know, and I have a huge interest in aviation, and I feel like, you know, maybe 10, 15 years ago, had I had gotten into it sooner, I probably would have been a pilot, because it really truly is my passion. And then we'll see where this flight simming kind of takes us. You know, excited for some of the long haul aircrafts coming out. I know it's taken quite some time, but we've been patient enough. And sooner rather than later, we'll have something where we can fly across the pond and whatnot. So, but once again, I just want to thank everybody, and have yourselves a wonderful week. And we'll catch y'all in a bit. Peace!